Hey guys, welcome to AP Econ. My name is Julie Chong, and in this video I will be covering Unit 2.5, Other Elasticities. So, what are the other elasticities? There are two types: income elasticity of demand and cross-price elasticity of demand. First, we will focus on income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand measures how sensitive quantity demanded is to a change in consumers' income. It also helps to determine whether the goods are normal or inferior. Normal goods are a type of good whose demand shows a direct relationship with a consumer's income. Some examples of these include luxury cars, seafood, or jewelry. On the other hand, inferior goods are a type of good whose demand shows an inverse relationship with a consumer's income. Some examples of these include top ramen, used clothes, or used cars. Now, in order to determine whether goods are normal or inferior, we will use the formula percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income. If the result of your formula is a positive coefficient, this means that your good is a normal good. It also shows that as income increases, quantity demanded will also increase. But if your coefficient is negative, then this means your goods are inferior goods. When income increases, quantity demanded will decrease. Now we are ready to try some examples. If a 4% increase in consumers' income leads to a 1% increase in the demand for pencils, what kind of goods would pencils be? Keep in mind that while you are plugging these data into your formula, you have to be aware of which coefficients you are using. So for example, our question says increase, so we will put a positive coefficient in the front. Positive 1% over positive 4% equals 0.25. And the coefficient for this is positive, which means that pencils will be a normal good. Now let's move on to question number 2. If a 12% increase in consumers' income leads to a 10% decrease in the quantity demanded for used textbooks, what kind of goods would used textbooks be? Would the answer be A, normal goods, B, inferior goods, or C, sticky goods? The answer would be B, inferior goods, because negative 10% divided by 12% equals negative 0.83. Since the coefficient is negative, used textbooks will be considered an inferior good. For our second and last elasticity, I'll be teaching you guys about cross-price elasticity of demand. Cross-price elasticity of demand measures relationships between products and how the demand for one product can affect the demand for another. It also helps to determine whether the goods are complements or substitutes. Complementary goods are products that increase in value when the demand for relative products increase as well. For example, if the demand for cell phones were to increase, then the demand for cell phone chargers might also increase. Substitute goods are similar products that a consumer may use for the same purpose. Some examples of these include when customers choose In-N-Out over McDonald's or Starbucks over Dunkin' Donuts. In order to determine whether goods are complements or substitutes, we will use the formula percentage change in quantity demanded of product A divided by percentage change in price of product B. If your coefficient turns out to be positive, then the goods are substitutes and have a direct relationship with each other. If the coefficient is negative, then the goods are complements and have an inverse relationship with each other. Now, let's do some examples. Number 1. If the price of soda decreases by 5%, causing the demand for popcorn to increase by 10%, what is the relationship between these two goods? Because the quantity demanded for product A is positive 10% and the change in price for product B is negative 5%, it will equal negative 2. Since the coefficient is negative, these two goods are considered complementary goods. If you got all those correct, that means you're ready to move on to the next unit. And that was it for Unit 2.5, Other Elasticities.